So hi everyone, welcome. My name is Arlene. I'm running some Hatha Yoga classes for part of the Find Your Active campaign. So if you would like to grab a yoga mat or something similar, Pilates mat, and clear space, and you're welcome to have some water nearby, just anything you would like to feel comfortable. You might also like to have like pillows or blankets, and all of the movements, just do anything that feels comfortable for you. So this is part one of a series of videos that I'm going to focus on more breath awareness, body scans, and seated postures. So we'll start with a little relaxation body scan. So if you want to lay back and get comfortable, if you prefer, you're welcome to sit upright. So just get comfortable to start. So if you want to be seated, you're welcome to do so. You can do that with your legs in front of you and your knees bent, or your legs straight, or a cross-leg position, but almost sit like your shoulders are over your hips, or you can lay back with your knees bent or your legs straight. Okay, so just take a moment and find your comfortable positioning. So you can do that however that feels comfortable for you. I'm going to sit up just so I can talk you through the initial body scan, but just see where you're comfortable. Okay, so make any adjustments to your clothing, your positioning to feel as comfortable as possible. You're welcome, if it feels like it would make it more comfortable, to place a pillow under your head or roll up a blanket underneath your knees. And just take this time to come into the moment. So life is often quite busy, and it's natural for the mind to flicker to other things, but just see if you can take this time to become centered and in this moment. And just by paying attention to your body and noticing how it feels, it's just a nice way to bring a connection to the body. So just take a moment now to adjust again, to feel 5 or 10% more comfortable, and scan your body. So we'll start with the feet. Just notice and check in with how your feet are feeling today. Do you feel tension at all, or any differences in your right foot to your left foot? So notice your feet, and you might notice the presence of the ground below you, and let your legs, your feet feel heavy, so you can relax them completely. And scan upwards now to notice your ankles, your shins, your knees, your thighs. So how do your legs feel today? Is there tension? Is there differences right to left leg? And just notice this without judgment. Just observe how your legs feel from the type of day or week you've had so far. But think about letting your legs feel heavy, and let the bones feel heavy. And just start to let go of any tension. And scanning upwards now and noticing your hips, your lower back, your stomach, your chest. So how does the midsection of your body feel today? Do you feel any tension at all? Any differences on one side of your spine to the other? Do you notice a accrual of tension in your shoulders or your chest or your lower back? And just see if you can let your body, your bones feel heavy, sink into the mat and let go of any muscular tension. And noticing next your hands, your fingers, the palms of your hands, your wrists, your elbows, your forearms and elbows, your upper arms. How do your hands and your arms feel today? Do you notice any areas of tension or any differences right to left side? So just observe this without judgment. Let your arms, your bones feel heavy, so you can relax. Let go of any tension. Let gravity begin to take over. Good. And scanning upwards and noticing next your shoulders and your neck, all directions. The sides, the front. Notice your jaw as well, the muscles of your face, your eyes, your cheeks, the top of your head. So how do your shoulders, your neck, your jaw, your face, your eyes feel today? Do you notice any areas of tension? Do you feel any clenching? Is your jaw relaxed? Where is your tongue in your mouth? Just notice this without judgment. Notice if your eyes are active, and can you relax your eyes towards the back of your head? Just observe your body as a whole now. Notice if you do feel tension or any differences now, and observe in its natural state your breath. So without effort, your inhalation as it enters, observe where it enters and the parts of your body that move with your breath. And notice your exhalation. Let your body again feel heavy and let your breath just float out of your body without effort. And as you pay attention to your breath, it might naturally begin to elongate, to become a bit slower, just by paying attention to the breath that naturally occurs. And as your breath relaxes or becomes slower, it signals your heart rate to slow down, and this encourages a relaxation response. So instead of doing and being active, you can relax your body. And just by paying attention to the breath, this is signaled. Your breath slows, your heart rate slows, your body's rest and digest response initiates. And as you pay attention to the breath, you might notice your inhalation begin to rise a bit lower in your body. So perhaps as you inhale, there's movement in your lower belly, in your hips. And when you exhale, you can feel the release of your breath. So observe that breath, almost like a little wave. Inhale, your belly fills, and you can notice perhaps your rib cage expands in all directions, and follow the breath up past your heart to your collarbones. And when you exhale, relax your breath. Your collarbones descend, your rib cage contracts, your belly falls inward. Just observe your breath, the rise and fall in its natural state, but feeling perhaps those movements, those areas, belly, rib cage, upper chest, creating movements, and your exhalation relaxing collarbones, rib cage, belly. So your breath is like a gentle wave. It fills you with calm and peace as you inhale, and when you exhale, you can relax, and let go. So just take a few more moments now of breath awareness, feeling that gentle rise and expansion, a gentle release as you let go. Okay, do that for 2 more rounds of breath at your own pace. Observe the sensation of breath, where it creates movement without effort, and release without effort. Feeling your heart rate to slow, so your body relaxes. So now we'll come back to the physical body. Just scan momentarily and notice any changes in your body, your energy, or how your muscles might feel, or how you relate to your body, and even how your mind, your flow of thoughts may be in this moment as it changed from just paying attention to the breath. You can feel perhaps how your breath, your body, and your mind have a connection. And by slowing one thing, your breath, it encourages the other things to slow, your heart rate and your thoughts. When you're ready now, just sense the temperature of your skin. Notice the space surrounding you. And you can very slowly start to bring movements back to your body, just at your own pace. There's no rush. You can move your fingers or wiggle your toes. You can also turn your head side to side. Just a gentle awakening at your own pace. And as you gently start to bring movement back to your body, you're welcome to gently bend your knees and place the bottoms of your feet on the floor. Just check in with how that feels. So as you bend your knees and place your feet on the floor, just notice still enough spaces behind you so you can relax into the mat. And then very slowly, if you lift your right foot off the floor, you can hold the back of your thigh or your shin, just see which one you prefer. But really start to bring your thigh towards your body, and that helps to relax the bottom muscles, your lower back, and even the side of your hip. Good, so hugging your thigh towards your stomach, see where that's comfortable to hold. Good, one more breath there. You can now bring a little rotation to the ankle, like your toes are drawing a shape in the air. You can circle a few times in one direction, you can circle in the other direction as well. It'll wake up for the bottom of the foot and your ankle. Good, Lovely. And then just place that foot on the floor. And notice how that right side of the body feels compared to the left, just from that simple movement. Then we'll do the other side. So left foot lifts, hug your thigh towards your stomach. Hold your shin or your thigh. You can start to draw circles in the air with your toes in one direction. And then the other direction as well. Good. And then gently bring your foot to the floor. And we'll lengthen both legs and come to a full body stretch. You can do that one leg at a time and start to reach your arms up to the side. You can keep your elbows bent, or you might reach your fingers long. Option to interlace your fingers and turn the palms of your hands away from you. And you can feel that nice stretch in your spine, your side body. Breathe into your lower back. Okay, it's like a little stretch when you first wake up in the morning. Good. And then gently bend your knees. Hug both knees to your chest and hold your shins. You can stay here hugging your thighs to your stomach, and that helps relax the back body on both sides. You might even rock side to side. You can draw circles on the ceiling with your knees. Excuse me. And just imagine you're drawing those circles in either direction. Good little massage for the back. And when you're ready, you can either roll to one side and push yourself up, or you can rock up from the floor. We're going to come to an all fours position on hands and knees. So just set up comfortably in your all fours. So it's almost like your back is resting against the wall and your hands are shoulder width apart, and you have your wrists there underneath your shoulders, your knees under your hips, and there's about 2 fists in between your knees, so there's a little space there. So we're going to move through a posture, 2 postures called cat and cow. So for cow position, relax your stomach towards the mat and your tailbone tips up. And for cat position, round your spine up to the ceiling. You can look down at your knees and relax your head. So move through cat and cow at your own pace if you'd like to, and if it's comfortable, you can pair that with your breath. So you can inhale for cow and exhale for cat. But just try to move slowly and fluidly. There's a wave-like movement and versus a jerking movement. Good. And think about that wave-like movement of your spine. This is a nice movement for spinal health. And a great way to just check in. Notice if you feel tension or where you can help create space in your spine. So we'll do 2 more rounds of the cat and cow. It's a nice movement you could do every day just to release tension in your spine, and also just check in. Lovely. So as you complete that second round, we'll come to a neutral spine and practice child's pose. So from all fours, slowly bring your bottom to your heels. You can stay there, and you might bring your forearms down. If you'd like to, you can stack both of your fists one on top of the other, or use a pillow here. So just make it as comfortable as possible. You can also rest your forehead on the ground itself. If you have any tension in your lower back or your sides, you're welcome to turn the palms of your hands upwards. Just see how that feels. But make your shoulders comfortable. So you feel any tension, you can check in if you want to have your arms closer to you or your palms down if that's more comfortable. You can even bring your arms out into a V. But we'll take a couple breaths here. Child's pose is a nice way to turn inward, but also to help relax the lower back, your bottom muscles, your hips. So check in too, if you have a towel handy, you can place that underneath, like a rolled up towel between your bottom and your heels if you feel a lift there. We can even sit some blocks or pillows underneath your bottom here. So make it comfortable for yourself. Good. So one more breath here in our child's pose. Really nice. And then very slowly start to uncurl and come back up to all fours on hands and knees. Great. Okay, so we're gonna tuck toes and press your hands into the mat. Just have like a little opening upwards for your the balls of your feet. Good. Little press. Nice. And then we'll untuck and come to a seated position. So check in how it's comfortable for you to sit. So you're welcome to have some blocks or folded up towels or blankets to sit to elevate your hips on. You can sit cross legs. You can sit with your legs in front of you, or a little bend in the knees and your feet on the floor. So just make yourself comfortable, adjust at any time. So I'm going to do a couple of movements to, some nice movements to relax the shoulders, particularly if you work a lot on a computer or on a phone for a bit. So just sit up nice and tall. So you might almost feel like you're leaning back to sit up tall with your shoulders over your hips. And I like to press my fingertips on the floor, either side of the hips. And when I do that, it starts to lift my bottom away from the ground. It's like you're almost hovering, and the top of your head lengthens up. Good, but that helps to create a long spine. Great. So maintain that length in your spine, and you can relax your hands away. Good. And with your fingertips just resting there, so your shoulders relax down. Keep your head facing forward, like the back of your head is resting against the wall. But tilt your head so one ear comes towards your shoulder. Good. And just notice how that feels. So let your little arms feel heavy, relax down. And as your shoulder blades slide down your back, you might feel a little release there, the side of your neck, your jaw, all the way to your shoulder. And check in if your jaw is clenched. And you can experiment with opening your mouth a little bit. And just notice how that feels. It's a nice little release. If you want a bit more, so your head's tilted one direction, the opposite arm, you can slide that away from you. And that helps to create more space on the side of your neck. Good. Another breath there. That's it. Lovely. And then you can slide your hand back. Gently bring your head upright. You might give a little shrug to your shoulders in either direction. And just observe, how does one side of your neck feel compared to the other side? Good. And then again, just find that nice tall spine, and we'll do the other side. So like your back's resting against the wall, the back of your head, and tilt your head. So the other ear comes to the shoulder. Your nose is still facing forward. Relax your shoulders down, soften into your fingers. See if that creates that nice space there, the side of your neck. Your jaw, is it relaxed? You're welcome to experiment with opening your mouth a bit. Good. One more breath here. Lovely. And gently bring your head upright. Okay, great. So we're going to fold forward, so connect through your sitting bones on the mat. So they're not going to lift off the floor. Good. And then bring your arms up overhead and inhale. So it's like you're rooting down through your sitting bones, but your fingers are trying to reach up, and you might even feel your rib cage lift up away from your hips. And as you exhale, start to fold slowly forward. And just stop at any point. So when you feel a little pull on your back, you might rest your hands on the ground. And you're welcome to walk your hands further forward if you want to come into that deeper. But also think about the relationship of your chin to your chest and how close you want to bring your chin to your chest. And what's most comfortable, because sometimes that affects the range of motion. Okay, so just take a moment to let your legs feel heavy, relax. Again, your shoulder blades down your back, and breathe into that space behind you. Just creating release and openness. Good. One more breath here. Great. And then gently walk your hands back. Good. And then place your hands, again, either side of your hips. And start to lift your breastbone up. And if it's comfortable, you can turn your eyes to look up as well. Or you might even imagine that your breastbone, your sternum, has a string and it's someone drawing it upwards. And as you gaze upwards as an option, you can slide your collarbones open. Good. So notice how that feels. Lovely. One more breath here. We'll gently come back upright. So imagine you're balancing a cup of water on top of your head, and you can bring one hand in front and the other hand behind you and sit up nice and tall. And then as you exhale, we're going to do a rotation. So you start to turn from your waist to the side. And you can look over your shoulder behind you if you want to add a rotation for your neck. Okay, so just see how that feels. So you're lengthening up your spine, and maybe there's a little release on your lower back or your rib cage. Good. And we'll gently come back to center. And just set up for the other side. So long spine, like you're resting a cup of water on your head, other hand in front, opposite behind. Sit up nice and tall. And use your exhalation to slowly rotate to the side. You can even turn your head to look over your shoulder if you'd like. See how that feels. Very nice. And slowly rotate forward. And so for the next one, if you're cross-legged, you're welcome to place your hands on your knees. Or if your leg's in front of you, you can just place your hands comfortably on your thighs. And just think about bringing your rib cage to the side, front, and back. So you're kind of creating a nice circling. And when you come behind you, it's like rounding your lower back. So it's a nice little rotation there. And you go in both directions. Just see once which one's more comfortable. So nice little wake up for the rib cage and also the lower back. Lovely. Okay, and when you're ready, you can give everything a little shake. Thank you for joining me for a nice setup for breath awareness, a body scan, and some seated postures, a nice warm up. And in time you can add this to part 2 for a longer sequence altogether. But thank you, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.